Amazing, and that is exactly what the Champions League is about. I think Thierry mentioned in the second half, it felt like it should have been the final. You know, we probably are looking at the two best teams, I would say, in the competition. The history of Real Madrid, Manchester City, the champions at the moment, and that was just a privilege to watch, and I can't wait for the second leg.
Manchester City favourites now, playing the second leg at home, how does that look?
I mean, with Kevin De Bruyne back potentially and Kyle Walker back potentially, I would say maybe just favourites, but Vinicius and Rodrigo and Bellingham had a quieter game today. They've still got so much quality, so I couldn't call it. It could go either way. So it's exciting.
It sure is.
That's the most important thing.
That's what you do. You put the ball down, you take it or I take it. Let me see what they do. Okay, you look. One man on the wall, you don't respect us. Okay, no problem. You moved. Gee, so what are we doing?
Did you score a free kick in where the goalkeeper wasn't ready? I wasn't exactly like that.
Yes, I remember.
Did you put something down and take it really quickly? And the goalkeeper...
Chelsea and Villa did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very basics of it. 2 men on the ball. 2 men on the wall.
Okay. Vinicius all the time, but Rodrigo, wow.
So what you're saying there is if Kyle Walker's playing, that doesn't happen.
What I would say about Phil Foden this year is that when Alan doesn't show or Kevin De Bruyne is injured, now he put that team on his shoulder. Now we can start to talk about world class. We can start to talk about world class because you put your team on your shoulders. And that's what he's been doing.
You play for some great French teams. We're thinking about England in the summer, and we've got Bellingham and getting them both in the team. So you've had similar situations with France where you maybe had like Djorkaeff and Zidane, two sort of great players that you're trying to fit in. Is it possible to get them both in the team?
Yes, it is. I do believe so. But I'm not here sitting to tell Gareth Southgate what he has to do, but they can play together. Foden plays with De Bruyne. Foden can play with Bellingham. It depends on the shape of your team and how you're going to play. Do you want to be on the ball? Are you going to press? You can play 2-10 and one holding. We all know that he's been saying that he doesn't have a Jorginho or Declan Rice can play there, and you have 2 10s. But it depends on the game. Are you going to be on the ball? Not on the ball. You play in the position also. Is once again, England does have a great team.
Yeah.
And that's why I think you guys should be proud of is that everybody is like thinking, oof, that team is outstanding. If you look at the bench, if you want to go deep into a competition and winning it, you need to have a bench that's going to come on and change stuff. So who is going to be on the bench? Who is going to start? I don't actually know, but this guy now is world class.
I didn't even make the squad.
He's definitely got a better bench now.
Hunderson, he probably wasn't at the level that we all required, but this season he showed exactly why.
I don't think... What we're seeing this season, we're seeing more of it. I don't think there's ever been a question about his ability. We were talking about actually being in the Man City team regular. And what I would say now is, I think Man City have gone from the David Silva era. Let's say David Silva was the main player, and the team then morphed into Kevin De Bruyne's team. I actually think we're now morphing from the Kevin De Bruyne team into the Phil Foden team. It almost feels like it's, not right now, I think it's still, Kevin De Bruyne's still the man, but I can just feel, it's almost feel like it's a passing of the guy. Would you agree with that, Thierry, where you've sort of got one man
I would
who
put
you feel like
in there.
No, but
alongside David Silva. No, because it was both. Like it can be for me a Rodri now and a Kevin De Bruyne. But the little man, when I say the little man, I understand well. It's a nice way of calling Phil Foden. What he's doing at the moment. Does he have to do that with the? Because we have even. Let's not forget, last season he was on the bench in the Champions League final. He came on sub. So it's only this season where it feels like he's an automatic player. He's still not. He will be in the summer for England, but he's still got to take what we're seeing for Manchester City into an England shirt and into an international tournament. Well, he needs to start for England. For that to happen, for him to be able to play like that. Do they play the same system? Does he have the same players around? It is different when you move someone. No, but you could say that about every player, couldn't you? Because City is different. The way they play is different than everybody else. You can see when people leave City, they kind of struggle at one point to the
it's type of football.
Exactly. So Phil Foden, I think at times struggle when you have to go and play for England because he knows exactly what he has to do. But